Like this video if you have ever been a victim to vodka. I don't even think it matters like the quality of the vodka. Like you could drink Traveler's vodka or you can have Tito's. Like you're still gonna have a pretty night. Anyways, happy Cinco de Mayo. A lot of people don't know, but Cinco de Mayo is actually a holiday that certain parts of Mexico celebrate because on May 5th in 1862, the Mexican army won against the French in what was called the Battle of Puebla. I didn't know that either. Google everything. But of course, in the land of the free, we have taken somebody's holiday and turned it into a day where we get drunk off of margaritas and eat a lot of tacos. And I'm not really upset about that. Cinco de Mayo is one of my favorite holidays because I'm a big fan of tequila and lime. I like anything that's lime or lemon flavored, and I like anything with tequila in it. I should be wearing like a green shirt right now. I don't know anything green. I do actually. I have a couple of shades of olive in my closet. That's as green as we get over here. 90% of my closet is this, 50 shades of black. So where I'm from, every year we actually end up going to a restaurant called Rosalita's, and every year there's like a line to get in, and it's outdoors, and they have a DJ here and margaritas here and a bunch of tacos, and it's really cool because someone always gets into a fight. Sometimes people get arrested, people do throw up, yes. And you see people that you haven't seen in like a year or two, and nobody plans this shit. At this point, nobody even talks about it anymore. You kind of just show up and see everybody that you graduated with. But it's okay because you're drunk. So instead of like turning your face like you would at your local Walmart, you actually say hello. And it's a very pleasant experience. So speaking of tequila, I actually took 2 polls earlier this week. One, I asked you guys how you take your tequila, straight, with salt, or with sugar. Now, obviously you guys can read and we can all see that a bitch made margarita cupcakes because why the would I not? But I got some very interesting responses to the second poll. I took a picture of a tray in an oven and I thought it was pretty obvious what I made. So I'm actually gonna read what some of you guys thought I made. Some of you guys actually guessed right and you said cupcakes and muffins. Somebody said egg muffins, and you know, I can't even be mad at that because that's actually a good idea. Egg muffins. Somebody said souffle. Okay. Muffins, corn muffins. Bitch, I love corn muffins. Pies. Ooh, I love pie. A lot of you answered correctly because I either told you what I was making, or a week before I posted the polls, I posted a picture of margarita cupcakes. I also took a poll of how you guys take your tequila, and I got some of the best answers ever to that one. My options were salt, sugar, or straight, and a lot of you guys had some very interesting responses for that. I took this poll to actually help me figure out how I was going to decorate the cupcakes. So I'm going to read those right before I decorate them. So for the cupcakes, I actually used a vanilla cake base, and all I really did was add lime juice and lime zest to it. For the center, to kind of mimic a margarita, I made a lime curd that I filled it with. And then I made a cream cheese frosting that I did the same thing that I did with the vanilla cake batter, basically. I just added lime zest and lime juice to a traditional cream cheese frosting or something on top of it to make it look cute. Since these are margarita cupcakes, I actually went on Amazon and I bought these 4 milliliter little plastic shooters that you can fill up, and they're typically used to put booze in to decorate cakes or cupcakes, and they came out really cute and they tasted really good. So I put the ingredients and the recipe and the procedure for everything that I made in the description box. Stick around to see some really funny answers I got for my tequila poll later. So thank you so much for watching, and let's make some cupcakes. I made the curd days in advance because I know it'll hold well in the fridge. You use the same ingredients as you would a lemon curd. You're literally just replacing the lemon for a lime. So I have butter, lemon juice, egg yolks, sugar, some zest, and some salt, and I ended up opting out of the lemon zest because I knew I was going to be using so much of it throughout the recipe, so I didn't want to kill it. Traditionally, curds are made over a double boiler of some sort and the ingredients are added in a specific order, but I know if you've never done it before, it could appear a little intimidating. So what I did for the video was I mixed everything together first, starting with the sugar and the butter, and then once it was a little fluffy, I added the egg yolks one at a time, and then the lime juice. And when all of that's mixed together, you just put it over the double boiler and whisk it until it gets thick, and that'll take anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. The lime cream cheese frosting is just a cream cheese frosting with lime juice and lime zest. I used butter, cream cheese, salt, powdered sugar, and a clear vanilla flavor instead of another one because a lot of them come in a kind of brown color and that can sometimes alter the color of your frosting. You could also buy pre-made frosting and just add zest and a couple teaspoons of lime juice. I would just be careful when you're adding the lime juice because it might end up being too runny with a pre-made frosting. And all I did was mix the butter, the cream cheese, the lime juice, and the vanilla. And once that was all mixed together, I added the powdered sugar in about half a cup at a time. The cake batter was just as easy. I took a vanilla base and I added lime juice and lime zest. First I mixed together the butter and the sugar, and then I added in an egg at a time and then the zest. And once all of that was mixed in, I sifted the dry ingredients into the wet batter and I mixed that. The very last thing I did when making the batter was adding the lime juice and the milk, because sometimes you need less or more depending on the consistency of your batter. You can also buy a vanilla-based cake mix from the store and add in lime juice and lime zest if you wanted to opt for an easier method of making the cake. like I said, I took a poll on my Instagram and my Facebook to ask you guys how you take your tequila in order to help me decorate the cupcake. And you guys are pretty much useless. Straight up. Someone said, never, because I fight people. All right, no tequila for you, sis. Oh, someone said, the money is the only thing I'm chasing. Straight sugar, salt with lime. Why don't they have a lime emoji? I don't know, girl. Who do I need to put my Karen voice on and email? I want to speak to somebody's manager. Lick it, suck it. You're dirty. I like you. Somebody said, straight to jail. You know what? I'm not even mad at that. See, tequila's the only drink where I don't have to worry about going to jail. If I'm ever put in a position where there's nothing to drink but vodka, I'm probably at a local jail and I need you to bail me out. Oh, and then someone said with the side of butt, not yours, just in general. Oh. So to decorate, I ended up making a sugar topping similar to what you would get on the rim of a margarita glass. It's just 2 parts sugar, 1 part flaky sea salt, and then I zested a lime. I also made sure the shooters were ready before I decorated. I soaked them in like a soapy water for a couple of hours, and then I rinsed them very, very well before I injected them with tequila. To decorate, I started by cutting out the center of the cupcake and filling it with lime curd, and then I added the top back onto it. I piped cream cheese frosting on top, and I put about half of a teaspoon of the sugar that I made. And then I stuck a cute little lime wedge on one end of the cupcake and the tequila shooter on the other. And when you're done, your cupcakes should look something like this.